Hi, this is Jonathan. How you guys doing? Today I have some goodies for you. I'm going to feature and review this unit, the HX Stomp from Line 6. And I'm also going to pass you guys the 3 presets which are created with this unit, as well as a backing track in the song you're going to hear later on. So I'll give you the download link down in the information section down below. So stick around. As y'all might know, which I stated a couple of videos ago, I've always used Line 6 stuff since the get-go, when the company first came out with the kidney port, the first Line 6 port. I use it for sessions, and it was really popular back then. I was one of the first in Singapore to actually use it, and afterwards, went up to the X3 port, I think it's called the X3 port, and then the XT port, and then the XT Pro or XT Live, which is the first pedal board from Line 6 that I got. And then I got the X3, and then I skipped a generation. I forgo the HD 500, and then I went to Helix. And I also had a copy of the Helix Native, which works really well with my DAW, with my digital audio workstation. And that's what I've been using. All these videos that I did in my channel, they are mostly recorded through the Line 6 Native. And some of them are through the Helix floorboard. I had the LT, which gave way, and my thanks to Frank Ricochet, Ricochet, who actually supplied me or replaced me with a Helix. And that's all I've been using, and I love how easy it is to use. I just love the way it is, and it's so how should we say, so detailed. You can actually go right in and adjust a whole lot of parameters with the effects as well as the amp settings, and it's pretty cool. The cabs and how you mic, how you place your microphones, the type of microphones, and a whole sort of arrays of reverbs and delays to choose from. I mean, it's literally mind blowing. So come the HX Stomp. Now this is like a little smaller unit, but you know what? I think this unit is best suited for say if I'm using a pedal board and I'm a amp guy, you know, this will come in really handy for me because I could just use this and I'm good to go. You know, run it mono to the amp, I'm fine. You know, probably hooked up a expression pedal or maybe a couple of foot switches and I'm fine. I'm ready to go. You know, that's all I need to carry apart from the foot switches and the expression pedal. You know, just plug directly to the amp and ready to rock. If you're using this for like how I use my Helix, which is like, you know, directly to the FOH, you know, then you will have to use up either 1 or 2 blocks for your amp and your cabs or your IRs, you know, if you need so. And that might pose a bit of a problem because then you have a bit of a shortage of blocks. And a unit this small, you know, it doesn't have the full DSP power that a full-blown Helix will supply you with. So that's the only drawback, you know. Other than that, this is a unit that is so compact and so portable. Put it in your gig bag and you're ready to go, you know. Yeah, so just check out what how I create a preset and a short intro of what this is all about. Well, the Helix is actually a very small unit, as you can see with this. You compare it with my hands. On the side here, you have send, a mono send, and a stereo return or a mono return. At the back, you have the expression pedal. This would also double if you have a stereo, you know, a stereo tip 1/4 inch. You can actually run a expression pedal as well as a foot switch or 2 foot switches, depending on your needs. You have a mono input or a stereo input if you choose to, and then you have the output, which is just stereo or mono if you choose. And then you have the USB port for your connection to your PC or to your computer, as well as to download any updates. And then you have the 9-volt in, power in, and the on and off switch. Right, so there's no you know, the normal switch that we have on a Helix. This is just a up down, flip up down power switch. And the other side you have the MIDI in and out through, and a headphone output. So now we're checking out a patch that I did. This is called John Clean. As you can see, it's DIR, meaning it's supposed to go direct into the mixer or to the F4 house, you know, front of house FOH. So basically, the display, what you can do is to separate up into 2 halves, the upper half and the lower half. This controls will control any parameters on the upper half of the screen, and this will control the lower half of the screen. And this will be individual, like, you know, as you can see later on. So what we have here is a view in a home button. What you can do is you can actually scroll through what you want to see on the screen. Right now I'm having this where it actually shows you what these foot switches are about, you know. So it will tell you that the green one is for a simple delay, the yellow one is for a Minotaur, the red one is either for a tap tempo, right? Or if you hold it down, that will be your tuner. I love the tuner, you know, it looks really fine, right? And then you can actually scroll through your view and you can actually see the blocks that is on the upper half of the screen. Now basically you can see all these colors. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. But the fact of the matter is, you actually have 7, because if you include the noise gate at the get-go in the input stage, you have an additional block. So you have noise gate here, and you can actually turn on or off the noise gate, right? And you can also adjust the threshold and the decay, even the input, you know, as you can see, this is in Z, meaning this is for instruments. And as you scroll through the top button, you can see I have a volume pedal. Apparently I do not have a volume expression pedal hooked up, so this is just in case I need a volume pedal, expression pedal. and then you have and I have a deluxe compressor. You can actually adjust all the parameters, you know. And there are many compressors to choose from. And what you need to do, if you want to choose a compressor, go down to the lower half and just scroll through. And these are all the compressors that you have. You know, I'm not going to go through all these compressors and all these effects because it's an endless list of beautiful effects. So I rather, if you're going to buy this unit, then you take a look at yourself and be awed by it, you know. As you go down, I have a Minotaur, and this is like a boost or distortion effect, and you can actually have a whole lot of stuff here, you know. So if I'm on the Minotaur right now and I want to change it, you know, I don't want a boost pedal, I could actually click on it, scroll through this page, and then you can actually choose either a distortion, you know, or dynamics, meaning the compressors or the EQ or the modulations or the delays or the reverb, or pitch and sync and filter and wah, whatever you have, the amp caps and all that. So you are actually given the option to choose whatever effect you want to put in any of the blocks, right? So I'm going back again. Now, as I scroll through, this is where my amp section is. I chose a deluxe US deluxe amp, you know, and I actually have this comes with a 112 cap, you know, it's built in, so you can actually I believe you can actually put in IRs in there, but then you sacrifice one slot, you know, one block. So I choose to have a set, meaning a head and the cap. I could use you know, the Marshalls, and I can use a 412 cap as one, you know, meaning you save a block. So I have this for my amp, and as I go down, I have a simple delay. And for here, you can actually choose, say, you know, like how you want the delay to be, you know, mono delay or stereo delay. Since I'm going stereo, I choose a stereo delay. But if I'm setting this up to an amp, I'll probably choose mono, right? So back again, and then my reverb, same thing, you know. My reverb is well, it's on a legacy, but it's still stereo. You know, this is a stereo reverb, and you can choose all sorts of reverb. Like for example, here you can have all those nice and weird reverbs that, you know, that the Helix is so famous for. So now I'm going to try to create a new patch so that you can see how easy it is. Remember, top half here, bottom half here. So right now I want to say, I go to my first block. As I go to the view, you can just scroll through what you want to do, right? So I want to choose, like for example, a compressor, for example. You know, all I need to do is to click on it, you know, go back, and I choose a stereo. Well, actually no, actually I need a mono compressor. I'm going to choose the deluxe compressor, so this is how it's done. Cut down the ratio a little bit. Now for my next block, I'm going to choose, say, maybe a kinky boost or derangement. I don't know. Maybe a terminal if I need it. But I'm going to like turn it off first, right? Let me settle the amp first, you know, since I'm going direct. So I'm going to choose an amp. Scroll down, amp and cap, or amp or cap. So, you know, you have a whole lot of choices to make. So I'm going to save space. I'm going to save a space of a block. So I'm going to choose the amp and cap. And of course, I'll choose the guitar. And let's say I will go for a, let me see now. Let's go for, I don't know. So let's go for like a Brit plexi jump. So yeah, okay. So right now I could just cut down the highs a little, I mean the drive a little bit. Cut down the bass. scroll through as you go through your pages. This was use a shift, bring out a treble a little bit. Maybe I'll just cut down the bass more, a little bit more. And this is a 412, and I can actually choose what sort of mics I'm supposed to use, and whether I have a high cut or a low cut. You know, I can actually have a low cut here, which is on 80 hertz, which is quite okay, right? So this all looks okay. You know? So as I go along, maybe I'll probably add a delay. You know, so I just choose a delay, and I want this to be a stereo delay. So I'll choose a simple delay. Right, cut down the feedback a little bit, cut down the, cut down the mix a little bit. 2, 3, 4. Now as I go down, I would like a reverb. So I'm going to go to the reverb. Press it. I'm going for a stereo reverb. So let's search. Oh no, no. These are all the fancy reverb. So you would, if you want a normal reverb like a plate or you know, a chamber or anything like that, you know, go to legacy. So in this case, I want a plate reverb, and I set the pre-delay just a little bit, right? And the mix down to maybe about 23. Just sort of cut down, just take off the delay and hear how the reverb sounds. So now, if I want to add a EQ, if I find that the sound is a little bit muffled, right after the amp and cap, but I need to shift the delay and the reverb, I just don't want to adjust everything. So all I do is to press action on my reverb, and I shift it down. Done. Go to my delay, press action, shift it down. So now I have a space free. So I could add in my EQ, and I just need a mono one would do. So a simple EQ, and let's say I'm going to bring up the high gains, just the high. So and then probably cut down a little bit of the lows. Bring out some more highs. That's about it. So what do I think about this unit? Let me give you the pros first. It's compact. It's really compact and looks really neat. The controls are so intuitive. It's so easy to use, as I've shown. I hope I show it the right way, that I did not confuse you guys further. But you know, it's really easy to use. It's really easy to create blocks, create patches and presets. And you know, here comes the con. The con is that three switches, you know, it leaves much to be desired for me, you know. But like I say, if I'm an amp guy, I think it's more than enough. You know, I could just use this as an effects pedal, and with 3, I could actually do a lot of it. And then again, of course, I have the option to add 2 more foot switches or a expression pedal if I need to. So that's all I need to carry. For me, I probably would not use this, you know, unless it's for a rehearsal, which I just need a small unit to carry on with me. I'm so used to my Helix, you know, and well, just me, you know. I prefer everything to be like, you know, foolproof. You know, I can just open my case and I'm ready to go. That's just me. And as for the sound, because of the DSP limitation in this little small unit, the sound is actually quite different from the full-blown Helix. You know, I find there's slightly not enough headroom, you know, especially for the more distortion type of sound. I find that it's a bit muffled in a way, that the highs and everything is not that clear. Of course, you can tweak. You know, there's a whole lot of stuff you can tweak, but the thing that I'm worried about is like I do not have enough blocks to tweak it with. If I want a certain, say I want a compressor, a boost pedal, an amp, an IR, it's already 4, and then I have the reverb and then the delay, and there's already 6 and 4. I couldn't add an EQ in unless I sacrifice the cab for a combo sort of thing, like an amp with a cab, and just take out one block, and then I could add a EQ there and kind of drastically change the sound. Of course, there is global EQ in it, so you can still tweak the sound further if you want to. But I find that the sound is generally a bit more fatter and not so, in a way, clear than the Helix or the Helix LT, or even the Helix Native. That's probably due to the DSP, I don't know. What do I think about this unit? I think if you're looking for a unit that gives you this whole capability of sound, this whole palette of sound, of effects and amps to choose from in such a small little unit, go for this. You know, it's a bit, I don't know, compared to the other effects out there, you know, like the Zoom or the Ampero or the G300, you know, this might be a bit more expensive, you know, but I think it's worth it because, like I said, you know, I've been a fan of Helix stuff all this time. You know, I really believe in what they're doing. The R&D's top class. You know, the support, you know, is top class, and they really do stand by their product. And I think this is a well-built unit. It's built to last, and it's built to make music. You know, to create music. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up, and feel free to join this channel if you want to. And I'll see you again. Ciao.